Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Zach Chat. On today's episode, we're going to be diving into the Pac-12 championship game for 2021, my predictions for the teams that'll make the game, and my prediction for the game itself. The Pac-12, to me, is the hardest conference to call for the 2021 football season. You have such a small sample size from last season with them only having a 6-game schedule, most of the teams not even playing all 6 games. And then even more confusing was the results in the sample size. So taking a look back at last season, they started in early November. They only have 6 games. USC only gets to play 5. They go 5-0, make the Pac-12 title game. Washington only gets to play 4. They go 3-1, losing their last game, still make the Pac-12 title game. The weekend before the Pac-12 championship, Washington has a big COVID outbreak and has to forfeit their place in the title game, being replaced by Oregon, who went 3-2. And then Oregon goes on to beat USC pretty handily in the Pac-12 championship game. So you've got a 4-2 conference championship in college football. I mean, that's really strange. Then all of those teams in the in the Pac-12 decide they're not going to participate in the bowl season, which is fine, except for Oregon, who decides that they're going to go and represent the Pac-12 in the Fiesta Bowl against the Big 12 runner-ups in Iowa State, and they get handled the whole game. So your Pac-12 championship team ends the season 4-3, getting destroyed by the runner-up in the Big 12. You'd have to think that this is maybe one of the worst seasons in the history of the Pac-12. A good thing is the 2021 season looks like it might be the first time since 2016 when Washington represented them that the Pac-12 can have a team make it to the college football playoff. To me, I think that team's USC. I've got them making the Pac-12 championship game at 11-1. Their only loss coming to Notre Dame. They returned 16 starters on the team, 8 on offense, 8 on defense, but most importantly, they returned Keaton Slovis, their quarterback, who I think is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the country. I think he's going to be a first-round draft pick in 2022. He might be a top 10 pick. Who knows? The real question, though, is who's going to play USC. You look at the North Division, you've got teams like Stanford, Washington State, Oregon State, Colorado. I don't see any of those teams really finding a way to sneak into the title game, especially when I think 2 of the top 3 teams in the Pac-12 are in the North, and those 2 are Oregon and Washington. They're going to play each other late in the regular season. I think the winner of that game is going to end up representing the North, and if I had to choose right now, I'm going to take Washington, if not only for the fact that it's a home game for them. They're also returning 19 starters, including all 11 players on offense, which is one of the few units in college football to have all 11 starters return. They've also got true freshman Sam Heward coming in. He was a 5-star recruit in the 2021 class. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time or make enough plays in spring ball and offseason to take the starting quarterback job. But it's not like Dylan Morris was exactly fantastic last year. He threw for 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in 5 games. So it's really tough to call for who's going to take the Washington job. I see Washington losing an early game to Michigan and then a late game somewhere along the line, maybe a trip to UCLA, maybe a trip to Stanford they could lose. I have them making the Pac-12 title game at 10-2. As for the title game itself, I have USC winning the game big. I have them finishing the season 12-1 and making one final statement to the College Football Playoff Committee that a Pac-12 team does belong in the College Football Playoff for the first time in 5 years. Will it be enough? I'm not really sure. It depends on how things shake out in the SEC, Big 10, and Big 12. If there's enough, chaos in those 3 conferences, then the Pac-12 could definitely find their way back into the College Football Playoff. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in for another episode of Zach Chat. My name is Zach Ballard. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button at the bottom of the page, and thanks for watching.